What have the last several weeks been like for you? Obviously, you had a great game in the playoffs. We talked to you the next day. I'm sure you got to watch a lot of football. What were the conversations like with the football team, with your agent? How did it all play out?
Yeah, so the last couple of weeks, it's been kind of crazy. You know, obviously there's been a lot of moving parts with the front office, new GM, stuff like that. So, you know, the talks were kind of held off for a little bit, but they kind of started heating up last week, and then sure enough, you know, a couple of days ago, we got the thing done. So it's a big sigh of relief, really exciting, and I'm happy it's over with.
When you finally heard the amount of money that they were going to offer you, I know you've had some decent years. You know, I think you made $400,000 a couple years, $690 1 year.
But Jason's all into the exact numbers.
But when you found out how much, and now I know there's a lot of incentives, but some of those are reachable. But when you found out how much you could make, what was your reaction?
I'm still it's still not hit home yet. Again, you know, even the Tampa game, it still doesn't really feel like a reality to me. Again, like, you know, everyone knows that I was just taking classes, and next you know, this is all happening. It's been crazy, and I'm trying to come back down to earth and really enjoy it. But again, right now I'm just trying to get the shoulder right, and I'm working out, man. So, you know, it's a good deal.
What are you going to do? Didn't you say you bought a house? You were building a house down in Atlanta. Was it Atlanta?
Yeah, I actually bought a house in September before, you know, I even knew I was going to be playing football again. So
what are you going to do now?
You better sell that hoop and get a bigger one.
Buy one up here.
Come on, he's going to be smart with his cash.
I'll keep it, you know, rent it out, and have someone else pay my mortgage for me.
Perfect.
There you go. All right.
Look at you, super
Taylor,
smart.
it must be nice during the negotiation while it was happening, having Chris Cabot on your side from Steinberg Sports and Entertainment. He only negotiated the largest deal in sports history when he did Patrick Mahomes' deal. So you know you're in good hands when that guy's negotiating for you.
Yeah, Chris is the man. Again, he's one of the guys that took a shot at me when I was coming out of college. He kind of stuck with me, and I think I was one of his first quarterbacks. And to see like where he is now, it's pretty cool. And again, like you were just saying, what he did for Mahomes is huge. So I was very comfortable and really confident that we could get something good done for both sides.
All right, can you give us a little insight in here? When they give you this kind of deal with, you know, obviously the base salary is very reasonable, very modest, but there, as Jason says, some very reachable team incentives, that sort of thing. It tells me that there are clearly, and I don't doubt this at all, there were other teams interested. What other teams were poking around?
I do not know. I honestly don't want to know. Oh, yeah. I told my agent I didn't really want to know. I wanted to be back in Washington, and God forbid.
You don't want to be teased?
No, I don't even want to think about it. Because again, you know, I wanted to be on Washington, and again, like God forbid that wouldn't have happened. Then we would explore our options. But yeah, Washington was the first choice for sure.
So did they give you any sort of like idea of like where you're slotted? Did they say, hey, we want you to come in and compete for the starting job?
What was the language?
What did they say? Did they say, all right, we just want some stability as the backup? What did they tell you?
I've been told that it's going to be a competition, and you know, again, I wouldn't have it any other way. I think that's the best way to get the best out of whoever's going to start, and push each other, and we'll see what happens. But again, you know, it's going to be an exciting time.
Talking to Taylor Heinicke, who signed a 2-year deal with the Washington football team yesterday. You mentioned the injury. Tell us again exactly what it is. Is it the AC joint? Is it something serious? Like, how does it affect you right now, and how long till you get back to 100%? Yeah,
it was an AC joint separation. And again, I've been rehabbing it, you know, since after the game. I'm about at 90 to 95% right now. I feel good. Just feel it when I do certain movements and stuff like that. So I should be 100% within the next couple of weeks. And yeah, you know, it's nothing serious.
Give us the dynamic here of the staff, because especially with COVID, our guys, our beat guys, were out. You know, they're able to be out there for a few minutes at a time, and I know they never really get extended time, but they get more interaction with you guys. Who's the quarterback whisperer of the group? Who do you have most of your conversations with? Is it Scott Turner? Is it Zampese? Give us sort of the dynamic in the room, and then what kind of influence were you getting from Alex?
Yeah, so, I'll kind of just take you throughout a day of our schedule. We come in, we have a lot of meetings with Coach Zampese. I think we probably spend the most time with him, for sure.
Okay.
Scott comes in, he kind of goes through the game plan for the week, and that's an everyday thing. And then again, Zampese, we kind of go over the game plan multiple times a day with Zampese, and then Alex is a great tool for all of us. Again, you can never replace somebody that's played the game for as long as he has at a high level he has, and he's been in the game, so he knows like certain situations. So he was a great tool for all of us. He's helped us all just grow, not only as players but as people too. So he's such a great asset to the team.
Going back to the Tampa game, I want to ask you, we all watched the playoffs and saw Mahomes struggle, Drew Brees struggle mightily against that Tampa team. I'm wondering, in that game, why do you think you had more success than some of the all-time greats against a really stout defense in Tampa Bay?
I don't know. One thing I do go back and look at is how awesome that defensive line played throughout the rest of the playoffs. They were just, they were killer. They're making a huge problem for those other offenses. And I go back and look at our game. Our offensive line played their ass off, and they kept me clean for most of the game. And so kudos to them. If it wasn't for them, this all wouldn't be happening right now. So I think that was one of the biggest deals that helped me succeed, was our offensive line just, gave me the time, and our receivers played really well. So I think that was the biggest thing.
What was the percentage of time do you think that you changed plays at the lines or changed protection? Because everybody was impressed with how much you knew the offense. You talked about knowing the offense like the back of your hand. Was that a situation where you audibled much? Take us kind of through the game.
Yeah, I didn't really audible much. We didn't really have that option for that week. We felt really comfortable with. Yeah, we had a lot of plays that we just felt comfortable with. Any look that we got, we knew where to go with the ball. So there might have been a couple plays where you can kind of bring a guy in motion if you need someone to block, but nothing too crazy. And with the protections, again, our offensive line. Yeah, they worked their ass off all week, and they've seen every look thrown at them throughout the week with Coach Masco as the offensive line coach. So, they did a great job. They had all the calls right. I didn't have to adjust them at all. So, again, kudos to those guys. They made the thing work.
What's the game? What's the game plan for you in terms of starting to throw to Washington receivers? Are you going to come up here and work out with these guys up here? I know you were working out with guys down there before they signed you, but what's the game plan on that?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that yesterday. I was flying back to Atlanta. I need to get in touch with all those guys and see if we wanted to, go to Washington and meet up, or if we wanted to go down to Florida or something, get some nice weather. So, right. That's going to be within the next couple of weeks, trying to get in contact with all those guys and come up with a date or a couple of dates. We still got a long off season, so that's going to be trying to figure out within the next month or so.
Taylor, when I first saw you, I didn't see you in college, and so when I first really got a chance to see you in your first little relief duty, I said, "Oh, okay, I get it. He's a little undersized. He doesn't have a big arm." But I love his moxie, I love his grit and all that. And people were attacking me, because Redskins fans around here, or Washington fans, very diehard. And it's not a knock. What are your strengths? What do you see as your strengths? I mean, obviously you have enough arm to get the throws made. I'm the president of your fan club. But what is your, how do we all have to adapt. We all have our own different strengths and weaknesses. How would you describe your game? What makes you you?
I think the knowledge of the game. I think when to go with the ball at certain looks, and at a snap second. I think that's huge for quarterbacking. Quick decisions, being decisive, and being on time. Those are the biggest things. And again, I feel like being able to make a play when there's no play there. I think that's a little bit of strength of mine. Kind of being able to use my feet. Get those 3 to 4 yards. Get out of a couple sacks. Again, today's NFL, you got to get away from those big guys. So being able to be mobile is huge. So I think those are probably my biggest strengths. And again, just being consistent. I think if you be consistent as a quarterback, I mean, that's all they ask for, you know, knowing what you can get out of every week. You can't have one good game and then 3 bad games. You've got to be solid every week, so that's something to work on.
What about everyone's concern that, and I don't know if this is accurate, but one guy was telling me, he's like, look, Taylor's played 3 games, and he's got hurt all 3 times. Like, durability. Mm-hmm. You know, that was an issue with Robert. Robert had a lot of ability, but just couldn't stay healthy. How comfortable are you with the idea, let's say they give you a shot and you beat these guys out, you know, can you stay healthy for a full season or for a majority of the season?
I believe so. You know, my argument to that is, you know, the two starts I've had has been, hey, Taylor, this is your chance. Go do your thing. And in both those games, in my mind, it's, you know, hey, this is my shot. This might be my last shot. I got to go, you know, leave it all out there. So, again, you know, you go back and look at that Tampa game when I dove for the pylon, and that's when I injured myself.
Right.
That's week 2, week 5, you know, in a game. I'm getting that first down and run out of bounds at the 2. We got four downs to punch that thing in. So, you know, it's just little things like that. You kind of go back and look at the game and you make some adjustments. But again, yeah, it's a long season and you got to be smart about it.
Do you think it's...
Talking to Taylor Heinicke, quarterback for the Washington football team. Go ahead, Jason.
I was going to say, do you think it's possible, Taylor, that Washington brings back, obviously they're bringing you in, bring back Alex, Kyle, and you, and they run it back with those 3 guys? Or do you think that they're going to – you think that's possible?
Yeah. Again, I don't really try and look too far into it. I'm one of those that kind of just, you know, control what you can control and everything else will happen. But,
right.
You know, I'd love that. You know, I love Kyle. I have a good relationship with him. And again, same with Alex. I think he's a great tool for the team, a great asset to the team. And obviously he came in, won, 5 games and 5-6 games, and, you know, he can still play. So, you know, I think a lot of people would be comfortable with that.
So, Taylor, last time we had you on, we asked you if you were single, and maybe that's changed in the last month. I would guess that you're still single. I wanted to have a little fun with you. Just real quick, you don't have to offer rationale, but we'd love it if you do. Fast 5 questions coming at you, okay? Taylor Heinicke, would you go with Selena Gomez or Jennifer Lawrence?
Oh, man. Selena Gomez.
Last TV show Taylor Heinicke binged?
Let's see this. Breaking Bad.
You got something in common with Cakes. Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who was a better teammate? Not better player, better teammate. Deshaun Watson or Teddy Bridgewater?
Ooh. Oh, all right. Well, to be fair, I wasn't really around Deshaun a lot, so I'll have to say Teddy. Teddy was awesome.
Both those guys have great reputations, JP.
All right, I know. I was trying to put him on the spot.
He said he's going to put him on the spot. He did say that.
If you're throwing them back, what is your go-to beer?
Go-to beer. If I'm really throwing them back,
if you're pulling a Tom Brady.
Okay, give me a Miller Lite. You know, I can do with a lot of those.
They go down smooth.
You can do some damage with the Miller Lite.
All right, Taylor Heinicke, what is the most amount of money you've ever lost gambling?
Ooh, good question.
Ooh, I don't know if I want to say that, but
maybe not in sports gambling. You might definitely might not want to say.
Yeah,
that.
let's limit it to a casino. Yeah.
Let's just say this: when I was in Minnesota, there's a casino about 15 minutes away, and we used to go a lot. And it got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave my debit card in the car.
Smart.
I'm sick of going back to the ATM, so that's all I'll say.
What was nothing worse than going to an ATM in a casino? It's the ultimate walk of shame.
What was your poison? Are you a poker player? Are you a craps player? Do you play blackjack? What was your poison in the casino?
See, I love craps, but man, you can lose a lot of money real quick. So
yeah, you do. All of a sudden, you blink, you got all that money on the table, and then the cane comes out.
Do you really know how to play? It's super confusing. Are you with somebody? You're a super smart math guy. You know how to play. I'm dumb. I don't know how.
Sometimes the odds gets in my head a little bit, but you know, I like blackjack. I like blackjack. You know, you can kind of sit there, play for a while, enjoy yourself.
I mean, you should be. If you're like a super smart guy, you should be kind of dabbling with card counting.
Rom Heinicke.
Yeah, are you counting?
Are you trying to get me in trouble, man?
Well, that's not illegal.
Oh, he knows. He's counting.
It's not illegal.
Yeah, you're allowed to.
It's just discouraged by the casino.
It's frowned upon.
Not illegal. Right.
Well, what's your biggest score? Since you didn't even reveal what the biggest loss was.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk.
Just give us a ballpark figure. Four
Okay,
figures,
well-
or did you ever dabble with 5-figure losses?
No 5 figures. I think I'm pretty composed to the point. If I get the 4 figures, it's time to go.
Okay, so
Right.
4-figure losses. Have you ever had a 4-figure win?
Oh yeah. There was one time where I brought my best buddy to a casino, and it was his first time ever gambling. And I was like, okay, I'll give you $200 of my money. Whatever you win, you keep. So we went, and I think he won 90% of his hands, and he was just like, "This is awesome. Let's come back." I'm like, "No, dude, enjoy this. It's not going to happen again." So that was a good night. I think we won both a little north of 4 figures.
Oh, nice. All right, so you don't have to be specific in terms of a player, but just tell us which position group most went to that casino in Minnesota.
Probably defensive backs.
I was going to say
Guys like to
DBs.
gamble.
The corners.
I was going to say DBs.
Well, we know there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
bunch of guys here that go to MGM National Harbor all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Or to Hollywood Casino.
Correct.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
Pretty
there was
close here,
casinos up
Taylor.
there.
Dude, Hollywood
yeah.
Casino from Ashburn is probably, 30 minutes? You get over West Virginia?
It's
Oh,
about
boy.
30, 35 minutes.
Yeah, it could be trouble for you there,
Put
buddy.
it in your phone.
I wish you
Better
guys
be
didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
Hey, are you a good
Hey.
saver? Are you a good saver?
I am. I think I like to consider myself pretty smart with my money. So
Oh, do you have a good stock tip for us?
Oh, yeah, give us one.
Give us a
I mean-
Taylor Heinicke stock tip.
I'm sure all of you guys heard of this new Dogecoin thing. I just heard about it,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
but I guess that's supposed to be the new thing. So
Are you in on it?
I'm not. I'm kind of just watching it right now.
Oh, you're
Are you
researching.
in any?
Okay.
Are you in any of the crypto? You have any Bitcoin?
Yeah, I got into the Bitcoin back about 3-4 years ago. So
Right.
we'll see what
That's
happens.
what we did, Cakes.
How many coins do you have? Do you have one full coin or more?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I kind of just
Jason
threw a
always
certain
wants
amount of money on it.
specifics.
Yeah.
Hey,
I love
Taylor,
it. I
since-
love talking
since
about. I'd
you
rather
blew
talk about
up-
money than football.
I know. Taylor, since you blew up and had that great performance that everybody paid attention to, give us one name. I mean, you still have some social media out there, right? You got to give us one celebrity that slid into your DMs. It
I
had
can't
to have
see.
happened.
I'm no kiss and tell type of guy.
But
I'm
quite a
gonna
few
keep that to
did,
myself.
right?
Again, I'll keep that to myself.
His
but
profile went up,
It's been
yeah.
an interesting. It's been an interesting month or so.
I'm
What is
sure it
his,
has
what is
been.
his Instagram handle? Is it just Taylor Heinicke?
I have
Yes,
no idea.
just at Taylor Heinicke.
There you go.